were speaking about resistance, and what do you think in terms of the collaboration that's opportunity within the cloud now? What are the biggest sort of collaboration buzz killers in terms of attitude?
Sure, so that's good. So while it's hyped in cloud, you want reality. What's it really like out there? I think people struggle with a couple things. I think people struggle with privacy concerns, whether valid or not. It's a brand new world to say, everything about me is going to be out there. I just heard a story the other day of someone saying, they were on a bus and they could see the phones are so big now, or the tablets are so big now, they could see this person's Facebook life, and they could see who they were writing to and things because of check-ins on things like Foursquare, Facebook. They knew where the person was, they knew who the person was. They were able to easily find out information about this person. Extrapolate that to the business world, and it's, well, how much of my business life do I want to share? Do I want to talk about the accounts I may be landing because maybe one of my colleagues is going to try to steal that account? Or, I'm the best engineer in the company because I know of a way to reduce costs. I want to be responsible for sharing that with my boss. I don't want everybody to know about that. So I think people still have some of that mentality of, knowledge is power. If I know something, it's going to make me valuable. Versus what we talked about in the keynote, where sharing is really what's powerful. If you keep what you know, you're going to be stagnant. You're not going to be moved out of that position because we need you to do this because you're the only person that knows how to do it. Imagine the freedom of training others to do what you can do so that you can move on to the next thing. So I think people do struggle with privacy. I think people struggle with the idea of, I don't know, I don't want people to know what I know. And to get past that, they really have to have that epiphany moment when they, for the first time, benefit from something somebody else shared with them. They were trying to get their job done, or they had a roadblock and they didn't know where to go. And because somebody shared something, they were able to do it. And then they think to themselves, you know what, I'm going to pay that forward. I'm going to share a little something. And they get their feet wet. They just start with a little bit. And that's where we see things really take off. So valid concerns.
We are social creatures, aren't we?
And I think we sit here on the couch talking, of course we're social creatures.
Exactly. We used to sit around telling stories, and it was like you said this morning as well, it's about telling stories. And for you, what would be, last question, what would be the story or the question that you would be asking the leaders of the future to be thinking about?
Wow, that's a wonderful one. What do I want to ask the leaders of the future? How they were able to create a sense of equality across the masses because now everybody is sharing. You talk about we've been sharing forever, whether it was cave drawings or hieroglyphics all the way up to Facebook today. We've become a more open and transparent society, but we're still very cliqued. We still have lots of attitudes and opinions. I hope this open and transparency will lead to a part of the world where we are more forgiving, where we're more equal, where opinions are shared. Social, the one negative, or a negative thing about social is it's given everybody the ability to voice their opinion and tell others they're wrong. Not tell others you're entitled to your opinion. It's no, this is the way it is, whether it's, any topic. People take 50, each side of the equation, and social has made it so easy to tell your side of the story. I want to see people be more forgiving, open, learning, and I hope our leaders, whether they're business leaders or political leaders, will say, this is what we did to support that, and now our society is more equal. I guess I'm just thinking of the nirvana of Star Treks and Star Wars, where in those societies, they seem to portray a more equal world, and I guess I have to think we're taking the baby steps to get to that.